The incident that got Cavs guard J.R. Smith suspended from the team. Cedar Point's ticket prices going up again, and we'll tell you how fans are taking it. What you need to know about the Oscars to sound smart around your friends, and behind the scenes of how the Indians are changing things up at spring training. Welcome, everyone. Jimmy is off tonight, and we start with the search for a shooter on a college campus, a farewell to an iconic preacher, the scuttlebutt inside the Cavs locker room, and how Amazon's Alexa lost her voice. It's all in tonight's 77 Seconds at 7. Two parents are dead, and the person behind it is still out there after a shooting at a Central Michigan State University dorm. The university says that the two people killed were the parents of a 19-year-old student who police say is a suspect. More than 100 officers are looking for him. The shooting put the campus on lockdown. President Trump was among 2,300 guests at a private funeral today for the Reverend Billy Graham. Family, friends, and VIPs paid their respects at his library. He'll be interred next to his wife, Ruth, who's buried on the grounds of the library. 42 brand new patrol officers, fresh out of the academy, were sworn in at Cleveland City Hall today. And those candidates underwent exhaustive training, tests, and background checks on top of specialized training for serving Cleveland. This is the first wave of new officers. The city plans to hire 150 police officers this year and another 100 early next year. We now know why Cavs guard J.R. Smith was suspended yesterday. ESPN and the Associated Press report he threw a bowl of soup at an assistant coach. The Cavs aren't commenting on the incident. And even computers aren't immune to allergy season. Amazon's Alexa lost her voice this morning after a server issue caused Echo devices to stop replying to voice commands. I want to start dancing. The Academy Awards show is just 2 nights away. This is a biggie for Hollywood, and that means time to roll out the red carpet. So crews were very busy prepping for the award show on Sunday because the red carpet is an event all its own. This is the 90th year for the awards. Jimmy Kimmel returns as host. The first time someone has hosted 2 years in a row since Billy Crystal 20 years ago. Now, a multiple Emmy winner is expected to strike Oscar gold, while another may join the 2-time Oscar winners club. If you want to sound like you're up on all that's happening, NBC's Mike Wilbur gets us up to speed with the stuff we need to know.
My daughter Angela was murdered 7 months ago.
It looks like Frances McDormand is about to join the 2-time Oscar winners club. She won 21 years ago for Fargo and is favored to take home the Best Actress award for her lead role in 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
Cannot reason with a tiger!
For Best Lead Actor, Gary Oldman's portrayal of Winston Churchill in Darkest Hour has earned him several top awards this season, and he's expected to continue his winning streak on Oscar night.
I wish I'd had a mother like me instead of nice.
Allison Janney, who has 7 Emmy Awards for her work on the small screen, is expected to add an Oscar to her trophy case. Playing Tonya Harding's less-than-ideal mother in I, Tonya puts her in the lead to take home Best Supporting Actress. Sam Rockwell is expected to join his 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri co-star Frances McDormand in the winner's circle. His supporting role in the dark comedy is expected to earn him his first Oscar.
You clean that lab, you get out.
The Shape of Water is shaping up to take home the top prize of the night, Best Picture. But it's the only category with some stiff competition. 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri is also in the running to win.
We've had 2 official complaints about those billboards.
From who?
Also in the Best Animated Feature category, it's all about Walt Disney's Coco. It's easily expected to take home the Oscar. Mike Wilbur, NBC News.
Most folks by now are used to subscriptions for almost everything. Movies on Netflix, clothes with Stitch Fit, even Xbox has a way to get video games like that. But cars? Well, Cleveland-based Bernie Moreno Companies is now offering a monthly subscription program for luxury vehicles. It's similar to programs being tested out by some of the big German automakers. Subscribers pay a monthly fee, then pick from a fleet of high-end vehicles from Lexus to Maserati to Porsche, even swapping them within the same month.
You don't own a home, you rent. You don't buy a vacation home, you go on VBRO, Airbnb. I don't buy a DVD. I stream it. That's really where the whole world is taken. It's just it took a while for the car business to catch up.
It's not cheap, though. The program costs $975 a month, but it does include insurance and maintenance. Moreno hopes to eventually offer a more affordable service for cars outside those luxury ranks. Although much cheaper, the price of admission to America's roller coaster is going up this year. When the gates open May 5th, a ticket to Cedar Point will be $72, up $5 from last year. The park has added a number of improvements, including the new Steel Vengeance roller coaster. Cedar Point spokesperson says the increase is just the price at the gate. You can save some money off that face value, though, by buying in advance at cedarpoint.com. Right now, they're even doing a preseason ticket sale for $45 or a $70 two-day ticket. All right, we posted this story on our Facebook page today, and boy, you guys weren't shy with how you felt. Chet said you already need a bank loan to get in, pay for parking and buy food. Maybe that's why I haven't been there in years. Well, Chet, since I hate to hear you're not going, the consumer reporter and me found a few sites with tickets as low as $35. Now, I haven't verified whether they will work. I suggest calling the park first, but if they are legit, it's a way to save. Just Google Discount Cedar Point Tickets 2018, and those will pop up. All right, here's another one. Ashley, with a little snark, said, LOL, it costs money to do things. Prices will go up just like everything else. Is it ridiculous? Yes, very. It's just how it is. And you're right, Ashley, everything does go up. It stinks for consumers, but for some, it's worth it. You just got to figure out how much of a bite it'll take out of your budget. And a bold prediction from Luke. He says, I guarantee you'll see in the fall that the attendance was down. Gee, no brainer there. Well, I hope that's not the case, Luke. I think of it kind of like Disney. It's expensive, but you get a lot for your money if you stay all day. And if you really love it there, you can save up all year for that special treat. All right, speaking of what we can afford, most parents don't have enough money saved to pay for their kids' college. Not a huge surprise, but still a sobering study from Student Loan Hero. They found more than 57% of parents said they had less than 10 grand socked away for it. Even more alarming, 24% said they still owed $20,000 or less on their own student debt. And you know, college costs are just going up. So, with all this unpredictable weather back and forth between freezing cold and spring-like warmth, our deal guy, Matt Granite, says, let's be prepared, but you can do it frugally. Here he is with a top viewer request for keeping warm.
What a phenomenal start to spring. So-called spring. Great to be with you. So-called North Face deals that we see throughout the year are never nearly as good as when we enter this clearance phase. And regardless of what I can tell you about why I prefer Columbia, you've all made it clear you prefer North Face. So today, from fleece to coats, I'm going to allow you to hook your whole family up with some crazy deals that I just hunted down.
Highlights include women's North Face fleece for $49, men's coats like the one I was wearing for $80, although this one is a little bit puffier. One of my favorite features of many of the North Face jackets, the coats, include a fleece material on the inside that can be removed. So the fact that you can detach the fleece from the coat, you basically get two different coats out of the same thing. A heavier winter jacket if you're in a part of the country where that matters, and then you also get that fleece that you can of course wear when things are not quite as cold.
Wkyc.com is where I have you covered. Your biggest savings in Northeast Ohio. Back to you.
Nice. All right. Coming up, we go behind the scenes to see how the Indians are stepping up their off-season program out at spring training. And we'll introduce you to a man on a mission. He's going above and beyond to make a difference in people's lives. But first, here's Matt.
Hey there, everybody. Happy Friday night. You made it to the weekend, and we're making it beyond that snow that we had yesterday. That system is a monster off the East Coast, but you know what's in our forecast next week? Another storm. We'll give you the details on that, even though it's 7 days out in the forecast coming up.
Channel 3 News at 7, Donovan Live, is made possible by the Calvetta Brothers Floor Show. It's time to fall in love again with your home.
I like that. Don't they have that at like one of the hospitals? Okay. Oh, he does? Glad it's not just me doing that stuff. Oh, yeah, right. He got caught. Do I have a minute? We have a health update now on that awful flu outbreak this season. As it stands, cases are down overall, but it's still rampant here in Ohio and 44 other states. The main virus that's sending so many people to the hospital is the H3N2, and that's what's declining now. But influenza is on the upswing, and influenza B rather. So far, 114 children nationwide have died with the flu this season. And here in Cuyahoga County, we have an update on the flu season's toll so far there. This past week, 4 more people in the county died with the flu. They were all older residents, ranging in age from 81 to 98 years old. The county says hospitalizations are down here, but the flu has caused 35 deaths this season. All right, if you're a parent that doesn't read bedside stories to your kids, then that may be in order tonight. March 2nd is Read Across America Day, and a new survey finds many parents aren't reading to their kids. Fewer than half of them are reading to their kids daily, and less than a third do it for 15 minutes or less. Experts say reading aloud plays a vital role in a child's language development and early literacy skills. So tonight we want to introduce you to an everyday champion who is changing the lives of people he serves in Northeast Ohio. Father Neil Walter has dedicated his life to helping others, including those who may need a little extra love, understanding, and grace.
He goes above and beyond his duty. As a chaplain, we have a mission to help people, but Father Neil will stretch out and he'll stay over, come in early. He just goes above and beyond his duty, and that's really, I think, from his heart, from his passion to serve God and to help humanity.
I'm just trying to do, what the gospel tells us to do. They really long for this time away, and that's a little different than sometimes on the streets you start mass and somebody says, "Is this going to be a long one?" But there's this beautiful picture in the chapel of Jesus on the cross, but one arm is around Francis. I almost get this image of Francis trying to take Jesus off the cross. What a great privilege to be able to do that. Well, a lot of these guys are on the cross. Jesus didn't say, I was in a comfortable home and you came to visit me. He said, I was in prison and you visited me.
I've seen it in 13 and a half years. He's an everyday champion because he has a heart of gold. He's an everyday champion because he cares about people. He's an everyday champion because it transcends race, color, and creed. He's just an everyday champion because of the type of guy he is. It's in his spirit. So I think he's a champion for life.
And I think being here, it's an opportunity to make a difference in some people's lives.
When we come back, we go live to spring training to see what the Indians have done to give the team a big boost. Plus, after last night's wild weather, what does our weekend have in store? Well, Matt shares a pleasant surprise in his forecast. Stay with us.
Doing fine. You not feeling it? Oh.
Halfway.
Yes.
And I cold toss back, or I toss back to Danielle, right?
Is there a what?
Rangers PR guy left a gray quarter zip Nike pullover.
Yeah, I can text.
Okay.
I guess he went back to the security gate because he thought he might have left it.
Can you remind me of that? Just say weather.
Okay.
But he's like, if you guys can't find it,
Yes, I will let them know.
too hard. Are we good for the chairs?
What's that?
Are we getting rid of those chairs?
No, we're going to take them.
All week long on Donovan Live, we've been checking in with Dave Chudowski for some of the big storylines in spring training, but we thought he had had enough of Arizona sunshine for 1 week. So he's tagging in Betsy Kling. She joins us live now with something special from behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So, Talls,
Hey, Tim,
what do you got going on there?
Good to see you. Nice to see you again.
Well, Smalls, here in Goodyear, Arizona, the Indians complex has actually had quite an addition, a huge upgrade, and we're lucky enough to be able to go where no media is allowed to go. That would be the new expanded clubhouse. This is significantly larger than it used to be. And we also have Ryan Lance joining us, who's the director of Arizona operations. I like to call him the vice.
We upgraded not only our clubhouse, but also our weight room, our dining room facilities, equipment room, second floor offices. So the facility itself grew by about 16,000 square feet. It's overall about a $12 million project.
Wow. And the clubhouse that was here before was a lot smaller, like half this size.
Yes, yeah.
And it was an oval shape. It was kind of weird.
Yes, very much more open, as you can see, but you're correct. We added about 1,000 square feet. Bigger space for the guys to relax and unwind before and after the game, too.
Now, speaking of the guys, we got to feed these boys.
Right.
And right out through this door. Go into the new dining room. Now, keep in mind, the MLB guys, they have a chef, they have meals. It's fantastic. Yep. The minor league guys, so it's just the way it is. But this is the new expanded dining area. Yep. This is beautiful.
Yeah, so our old one only sat about here. Breakfast and lunch each and every day. If it's a night game, it's lunch and dinner.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, I'm hungry just looking at it. I don't care, Danielle, if there's no food there. I can smell it already. So, all right, weather-wise, yeah, it's been a rough 24 hours, but we are on the tail end of that storm system as it's heading off to the east. We've got a pretty nice-looking weekend ahead of us. We're going to have lots of sunshine, but it's going to be on the cool side. And the reason why, this low pressure, same one that went by last night, is a monster on the East Coast. 80 to 90 mile per hour winds. They've got coastal flooding ongoing. On top of that, they're getting over a foot of snow, areas of upstate New York down towards New Jersey. So could have been worse, right? But we had a pretty messy go of it here this morning. And that low pressure creating quite a wind field. That's why it was still windy today, despite the fact that low's way offshore. All these lines, those are lines of equal pressure. When you see a bunch of them kind of squeezed together, it means it's windy. So you can see that windy kind of weather pattern extends all the way back to our area. And that's going to stick with us. It's not going to be quite as breezy tomorrow, but that weather pattern that we have bringing in that northerly wind is going to kind of stick around because that low pressure is just going to sit offshore for about a 2 to 3 day stretch. And this high pressure, unfortunately, is going to be just off to our north. The warm side of it's here, but that's not going to get here. So we're going to have a steady diet of a northerly wind over the course of the weekend. So despite the sunshine, it is going to be on the cool side as that wind continues to blow. Good news is starting to lighten up. Look at this. We're in the single digit wind speed wise off to the west, still dealing with some gusts over towards Ashtabula and Trumbull counties. And we've got a 14 mile per hour sustained wind downtown. Gusts still to 20, but overnight tonight, that wind will start to calm down. Temperatures, yeah, we're back to the wintertime temps again. We're near freezing now, and we'll drop back into the 20s for your Friday night plans. So let's take it hour by hour. Clear skies. Oh, it makes such a difference this time of year. And that March sunshine, going to work on that snow, it was all just kind of plopping down throughout the area today. And the streets, obviously, no problems here this evening. But we are going to have some cold temps tonight. You can see the clear skies sticking with us. We'll be back into the 20s. I think low and up mid-20s as we go towards daybreak tomorrow. And then throughout the day tomorrow, lots of sunshine. High temperatures staying in the 30s. I think we'll outdo some of these numbers. I think upper 30s to near 40 tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, if you have Saturday evening plans, no weather problems outside of the cool temps. We'll be back into the 20s tomorrow night. Once again, a night very similar to tonight. And then it's not till late Sunday on into Monday when we bring in some slightly warmer temperatures and some more clouds as another weather system starts to develop off to the west. So let's take a look at that weather system, shall we? Quiet weather over the course of the weekend. We go into Monday. We're still looking good, but look what happens on into Tuesday. Area low pressure back here, but we're going to have a wave of rain, perhaps mixing with some snow starting on Tuesday. And then as we go into Wednesday, we bring cooler temperatures back into the scheme. And there's going to be an area low pressure that just sits over the Great Lakes Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of next week. So I think it's going to be kind of cloudy. We're going to have periods of snow showers, just kind of a reminder that it's early March here, but just a little heads up next week. We'd love to look long term, but some things could change, so we'll continue to keep you updated with that. Universal Windows Direct 7-day forecast looks like this. I think we'll do 40 tomorrow. We should be at 43 on Sunday. Lots of sunshine this weekend. Those clouds increase on Monday, temperatures in the 40s, and then I do think we hit 50 on Tuesday before that rain arrives, maybe mixing with some snow in the morning, and then kind of a soggy, kind of messy end of the week next week, Danielle. We're going to have clouds, some snow showers, breezy, temps in the 30s. So bottom line, get outside and enjoy the sun this weekend.
A cornucopia of weather as usual here in Northeast Ohio.
I like that.
I don't know how you guys do it.
I don't either. If we go to Phoenix, I think that's what we need to do.
All right. Well, normally I like to help you save money on the show, but next we'll tell you about the insanely high price for a bottle of bourbon, the one you see here, and the reason behind it.
Here's what's coming up tonight on NBC and Channel 3. Brought to you by Montrose. Everybody knows you've got a friend at Montrose.
Finally tonight, nothing would keep a big group of folks in Louisville from getting their hands on a rare bottle of Kentucky bourbon. What's so special about it? Well, for starters, it's $1,800 a bottle. It's called Final Reserve James Thompson and Brother, and the bourbon's been aging for the last 45 years, and believe it or not, the bottle sold out in 90 minutes flat. One shot alone, get this, $100. The proceeds, though, support veterans and Kentucky's Fraser History Museum.
Worth it?
I don't know. I'm not a bourbon drinker.
Can't say I am either, but
But I was watching a documentary called Sour Grapes. It's about fraud in the wine industry.
Sure.
And there were bottles of wine that they were selling for $20,000.
Okay.
So
that's a little out of
I guess
control.
$1,800 is not so bad.
Now,
All right.
you did a segment on wine a while ago.
I did.
I remember that. And people preferred some of the cheaper,
The medium
right?
or the cheaper price ones. So, all right.
Yeah.
Well, it was so nice to spend some time with you tonight. Right, Matt?
Yeah, it was a joy. I'll tell you what.
Entertainment Tonight is next. Sarah and Matt are back at 11. As always, though, there are constant updates on our app and at WKYC.com. Have a good night, a safe weekend, and from you, Matt.
Hey, make it a great weekend or not, the choice is yours.
That's right.
Thanks for watching Channel 3 News. Take Channel 3 News and weather with you wherever you go. Text WKYC to 25543 now to download our free apps.